We are going to be talking about strict parents today. I know that in our African culture, most times we are raised in strict homes, and most of us that are parents, we are strict to our kids. Well, without further ado, let's get into it.
My mom is something one day. I said, "Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. If you like, lock her inside for us. Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. Lock a child inside the house. The child will be a child can lose his or her virginity at the age of 6, and you are very sure that you lock the child in the house from age 1 to age 15, and the child would have lost his or her virginity at the age of 6 by a family member inside the house, and you would not know." I told my mom, "Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. Forget all this. Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. Pikin wey wan spoil, e go spoil. I'm telling you." You advise a child in it. I told my mom, "You advise me. It is not my own will to take your advice." I will say yes, ma'am. But in my mind, it is not my own will or my own decision to take your advice. So
This is true in so many ways. You can give a child the best in life. You can do whatever you want to do to direct a child towards a certain path, but that child will have to forge his own life path. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you try to coach or parent that child, the child will do what the child wants to do. So there's no point for you to be overly strict. Whether you're strict or you're not strict, the child is going to live their life the way they want to live their life. It is left for you to nurture that child the best you can. Give them the best formula to life from your life experience and things that you've experienced, and let them forge their own path. You don't really need to understand everything that they are doing. Just believe that they would make the best decision for themselves. That's the only thing you can do as a parent. You can't do more than that, because a child is an individual and they would have to forge their own path for themselves. Allow them to make mistakes and they will learn from it.
any child wey you train, wey grow up, take your advice, you thank God. The one wey no take your advice, you'll put am for God hand. Situations like that has happened though. I've seen many cases of girls in my DM. Their parents are very strict. They don't go out, but they got this virgin by a family member inside the same house. Inside the same house. Cases of where their fathers are pastors. Parents are just strict. Hey, they shout. Why are you shouting?
For parents that shout at every slight instant, that's a very big trauma for your kids. I don't think any child wants to be scolded. I'm not saying that you should not scold your kids. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should not try to correct them the best you can, but you don't have to shout every little instant. Some parents, if they just see you chilling, why are you just like this? You should be doing this, you should be doing that, which is not right. Allow your child to feel comfortable in that home that you've created. Most kids, the only time they get to relax a little bit is when they leave the house, when they go to universities, or when they go outside the confines of that their home. That's the only time they get to live their true self. That's the only time they get to be free and experience life, which is not supposed to be so.
Come home to do what? What I want to do for you? The 5 years I used for university, but you know our life, or you know surviving. Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil. There's a girl in my street while I was growing up. My mom used to compare me to her. Very gentle, very gentle. When I was in GSS2, that's when she got pregnant. When I was in GSS2, I be GSS3, that's when she got pregnant. I swear to God, that was when she got pregnant. And look at who she was comparing me with. Ha! Pikin wey wan spoil go spoil o. Pikin wey wan spoil. Pikin wey wan hear word go hear word.
African parents like this comparison. They always compare their kids to other people's kids. Okay, the person that came first in class, does he have 2 heads? Is their life better than yours? Is this one? Is that one? Which is not nice in any way. The comparison does not make sense, and African parents should do better. If you are watching this and you're a parent, I'm not saying you should coddle your kids. Coddling your kids is different from allowing them to really grow into who they are meant to be. there's a very big difference with giving them everything and just sheltering them from life, and there's a difference between teaching them and allowing them to experience life. There's this perfect balance that you should reach for your child to have a well-rounded life.
Telling you facts. And if you're in your parent house, set boundaries, set standard, set boundaries. Let them know. Don't knock my door more than twice. Let them know. For me, overprotection, Oshi. That is why I told my mommy, be very, very calm with my little sister. My little sister is 15. I told her, be very, very calm with her. Don't be shouting, so that she can confide in you when there is a problem. So when there is a problem, my little sister can actually talk to her. She'll not just be a mommy, a strict mommy. She'll be a friend. She'll be her best friend. But no, not shout.
This is a very foreign concept to an African parent. That is to calm down, talk to your kids, and your kids feeling secured enough to talk back to you. I don't think it's something that we do in our culture here. It's just the parents take the role of a disciplinarian. You discipline the kids. You always tell them, do this, do this, do this, do this. You are not calm for them to come to you and lay their complaints on your table. You are not available when it comes to that. You're always correcting them, which does not sound okay. It does not make sense. It does not make sense at all.
Shout, you'll be overprotective. Pikin go lose virginity at the age of 14 inside the house. If you even be a husband, we go disvirgin that girl. I swear to God, some mothers will never know. And they go do strong head. Set boundaries at home. If you are going home after school, set boundaries. Let them know. They say too much familiarity deserves no respect. It applies to families too. It applies to families, not only strangers, not only outsider. Too much familiarity deserves no respect. If even in your father's house, they see you too much, they don't go respect you. You'll be 25. Your 9-year-old brother will tell you that you are mad. Your 9-year-old brother will tell you that you are mad. You go to look yourself. They look yourself like say na me be this. Set boundaries if you are going home after school. Overprotect. All these are probably come home after school. And for their pocket, just make sure when you leave the house, you come back successful. Make sure that when you leave, you come back successful. You come back successful. No matter how many years you use, you will surely make it now. I trust you. You will make it. You're not a loser. You will make it. Apart from free food, there's nothing African parents are giving us these days. Apart from the rich ones that their father are rich and everything. But us like this, us where if you didn't day. Apart from free food, there's nothing they are giving us.
How she ended the video is just perfect. Most African parents, what they offer you is shelter and food. Apart from that, you just have to figure out your own thing. You have to struggle, you have to do this. Though it builds you as a person, nevertheless, but you'd have to figure out your thing by your own self. They protect, they overshelter and overprotect you till it gets to a certain point. They'll be like, you are still here, your mates are doing this, your mates are doing that, why are you still doing this, why are you still here, you're just here eating free food. They would always rub it on your face. But some other times you just have to understand that you take those insults, you take those things, and you just figure out your own life. It's not that when you start making money, maybe a little bit of cash, you run out of the parents' house, because things are not that cheap outside. Both renting and accommodation, furnishing it, and taking care of your other expenses, it's not that easy, and they know that. Maybe I feel like that's the reason why they keep on putting pressure on you, so that you move out or so that you do better. But that's their own kind of love, tough love, I guess.
Some parents are the reason their children are wayward. Facts. I'll say that again. Some parents are the reason their children are wayward. Why do I say this? Some parents are extremely strict. Extremely strict to the extent that their children are in the university. 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, yet the parents are restricting the children. I have a lot of information in my inbox of students complaining about how their parents are so strict on them.
African parents are very strict. They are very strict, and it's something that needs to be worked on. If you're a parent, give your child the freedom, at least when they get to a certain age. To an African parent, you never grew. You're always that kid that they gave birth to. You're always that child that they breastfed. You're always that child that they gave money to buy things. You're always a kid to them. You never grew. That's the reason why they always overprotect. That's the reason why they want to tell you what to do and what not to do. Both the career path that you want to take. Imagine getting admission into higher institution, and they're telling you do this and do that. So you'll be like, no, I don't want to do this. This is what I want to do. They'll be like, I know better. I'm your parent. Do this, and you go there. You won't take it serious, because you're not doing what you are passionate about.
Some are even in level 300, level 400, not even level 100. Level 300, level 400 students are being restricted by their parents. There is a particular girl who is always in my inbox, sobbing, complaining every single time about how, as she is currently level 300, a driver drops her in school in one of the universities in Accra. Sometimes he even has to wait for her, or he'll go and do some rounds and then comes to pick her back home to the house. What sort of restriction is this? Senior high school, she was not allowed to be in the boarding house. In the university too, she has not been allowed to be resident on campus. She's not staying in a hall, she's not staying in a hostel. And then let me say she's a day student, even in the university. You see, as parents, when you overly restrict your children, you force them to do things that on a normal, they wouldn't have done. Now, sometimes her parents even think she's in the lecture room. But no, she tells me that because of the too much of restriction, when she gets the chance, she goes to do all sorts of things.
This is like taking it a step further, because why would you over restrict a kid like that? It is bad in so many ways that you are holding and restricting your kids, because the day that they would have the freedom, or the day that you won't be in the picture anymore, because you can't hold them for the rest of their life. Believe it or not, one day you would have to leave, or maybe nobody's praying for anybody to die, but one day you'd have to kick the bucket. How would that child navigate life? How would that child navigate reality when you are not there to tell them do this and do that? Especially when that child has been programmed that way, and the child does not know any other thing to do if not what the parents told him or her to do. It is sad, but that's just the reality of how this thing is. And when they get the opportunity, they tend to overindulge, because they don't know the next time they will get another opportunity. They tend to overdo it. They don't do it in moderation, because they know that they don't get that opportunity every so often.
Sometimes she doesn't even go for lectures, but her parents don't know. And she comes to wait at the parking lot where the driver picks her up. And she goes back home. And her parents think what? She's gone for lectures, but she's not gone for lectures. Now, this is an appeal to parents, okay? When you restrict your children too much, and then they get a little chance, they try to do bad things. Their curiosity pushes them to do things that they think that they are missing out on. It's just like when you cage a bird for a very long time, and then you open it and set it free. Do you see how excited it is to fly in the sky? It flies so high into the sky, moves around, and then it comes back if it wants to. Otherwise, you don't even see it again. So this is a passionate appeal to parents. Too much of being strict or too much of restriction on your children is causing them a whole lot of harm than good. And for some of you parents who don't know, your children that you keep in the house 24 hours and you think that you are doing them a lot of good, a lot of them are into all forms of addiction. Some of your kids are not even straight, but you don't know. Some are addicted to masturbation, but you don't know. Some are addicted to gambling, but you don't know. I have a lot of these issues in my inbox. So please, parents, stop being too strict to them. On them. Stop being too strict on them. It is nice that you are looking out for them, but too much of everything they say is bad. So please change your parenting styles. All right? All the best. Bye.
It's true that when you restrict somebody, they will find another way to let loose. If they can't run around, they will find a way to get that dopamine rush, that serotonin rush they will still find another way to get it. So if they are not getting it by engaging with people, if they are not getting their oxytocin by bonding with people in real life, they get it by doing other things, maybe online or elsewhere. You don't know, and you can never tell. As a parent, you won't be with your child 24/7. Can't know everything your child is doing. If you are too strict and you are restricting them from doing so many things, there are other things that they are doing that you don't know. You don't even have an idea they are into, which is very sad. Like she said, there are so many other vices that they can do or they can get into without you knowing. And it is always better for you to let your child free, coach them, like I said previously, coach them, give them the formula to life as much as you've understood from your life experience, and allow them live their life. Let them tweak it the best they can, because the world you lived in is not the same world that they are living in. With each generation comes different kind of changes, and they are best suited to understand, okay, this is how things are, because you are different. The lens at which you see life is quite different from theirs. So give them the best of the knowledge you have, and allow them figure it out with the way the world has evolved. So that's all I have to say about that particular clip. There's this bonus one. It's quite funny. I just decided to add it because it's just too serious all the way building up to this point. So I need something to liven up the mood. So let me run it.
Me, I don't try for this area. Every person will just the area. Oh, enter club tonight.
Eh? Club? Do you know who my father is?
Oh, go club.
Okay, how do I even tell him?
Good afternoon, Daddy. I want to know if I can chill with my friends tonight.
You say? You go tell him like that. No guilty. First, you massage his leg, rub his legs.
There's this party that is happening, and I would like to attend.
What do you want? Let's play!
Dad,
Let's play!
happy New Day, sir.
Thank you!
So tonight I have this thing with my friend.
Who goes see them man? Thunder fire.
When you go get soft spots, we will use no true. Your mom.
Updates, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Honey, I'll be right back. Just give me 15 minutes. I want to quickly see my friend.
You want that?
With that, we've come to the end of this particular section. Trust you enjoyed and you got a thing or two from it. Leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more. Bye.